Hi, in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing another deck that is perfect for Spooktober. It's the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle card deck. So if you want to see what I think about it, including a full review, a flip through, stay tuned. So this deck was sent to me by a friend and also one of my moderators, Patricia. It does retail at $16.99 and it is published by Rockpool Press. Look, just there. So first of all, I haven't seen this deck. I think I've looked at a few pictures online, but you can see this general sort of artwork is right up my street. It's that sort of Gothic, Wednesday Addams kind of style. Now, I know I normally do tarot readings on my channel every Tuesday and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Got to get the plug in. But I do also work with some Oracle decks from time to time. I've actually got the Urban Crow deck just sat here, just there, look, behind me on my on the radiator. So I do use Oracle decks a fair bit, but I just prefer the way the tarot system works because I don't have to learn a new system for every single card deck. But there's something about this that I keep seeing it keeps popping up in places. And then Patricia was sorting through her duplicates list and she said, was this one of the ones that I was looking for? And I was like, oh yes, it is. Yes. So it's got a really nice thick sort of guidebook. It runs at 176 pages, and it looks to be fairly detailed. Oh, we've got quite a few spreads at the beginning, so that'll be interesting. So there's a good chunk here. Look, there's a good chunk there which has got spreads and information before we get into the actual cards. So again, it's a really nice little book. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring the card cam in and give you all a properly good look at what I can see. Okay, so this is what I was saying about the book. It's a really nicely sort of detailed, nicely illustrated book. I don't know whether these are from the cards, but it's very pretty. Look at that. I do like. And it's right up my sort of aesthetic. I don't want to go too far into it because I want to see the cards themselves, but we've got things like a graveyard spread. So that looks interesting. Maybe we'll have to use that. Interview your deck spread. I do normally do deck interviews actually as part of my learning process. The spiritual council. Oh, this is a good one. Look, what do my ancestors and guides want me to know? Why are they telling me this? And how can I better receive their guidance? So lots of really interesting spreads. Lots and lots of them actually. And then we've got pages about the cards themselves, which probably goes into a little bit of detail, does it? Oh yeah, look, we've got a few pages. It looks like we've got several pages per card and quite a decent sized photo. So we'll come back to that in a second. So then let's have a look at the decks, at the cards themselves. Oh, so what have we got here? A download? Oh, just to get more decks and things from the Rockport. I don't need any more help buying new tarot decks or anything. Oh, look at the back. Oh, I like that. That's really interesting. Look, the hands being roots or branches and the moon, obviously. I mean, I love, oh no, there we go. There's the moon. I love the moon. You'd think after all these years of having the tattoo on this arm, I'd get the right one, wouldn't you? But there you are. Look, so I love my moon depiction there as well. So they're a beautiful deck. Look at the embossing here. Look at that foil. Look at that shine. Wow. And obviously you can see just how glossy they are. So then let's have a look. All Hallows Eve, card 1. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. Okay. Now, again, unlike a tarot card, these cards all have their own individual meanings, which you've got to learn for each deck, which is why I don't work with a lot of Oracle cards. It's just too much work, to be honest. Okay, so this is the altar card. A sacred devotion, a worship skin, deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. They're cryptic, aren't they? Ancestors, that's a lovely card. They hiss, a quivering so deep, only roots of your soil can lift the nakedness hidden within the vows made in silence, an ancient chill walking upon that spine. You can see, look, That's the ancestors there, or are these the ancestors here? Interesting. I do love the artwork. Apples to taste, one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flame hides drowning waters. Not quite sure what these sayings actually mean. This is going to be a very interesting deck to work with. The Banshee. Look at that. That's something straight out of a horror film. Wow. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail, and you can expect bleeding from within. Yep, good advice there. Don't do that. Bat, invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Black cat. Oh, I love what she's wearing. Look at that. There's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. It's a long sentence, that one, isn't it? So yeah, these look really interesting actually. What dreams may come from what you seek, make room, make way, a clearing need be. Very, very cryptic descriptions or sentences on the cards. So we've got candle magic. I'm not going to read every one. Cauldron. That's very nice. Coming of winter. It comes in lullabies, deep within your mirrored flesh. Alas, it is time to lay your quivering chest upon winter's coming. Very poetic, aren't they? Very poetic. Oh, crystals and herbs. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's home. That's a nice card. I like that, actually. That gives me almost Empress type vibes. I like that. Dark Moon. As a liminal witch, I work with the Dark Moon quite a bit. In the dark of your heart lives new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. Divination. She's got the cards. In fact, it looks like she's actually got this deck. That's very cool. I like that. Yeah, interesting. Elders. The elements. Frog. Graveyard. So this says, there is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. It's interesting. Aren't these interesting cards? I really do love this aesthetic, you know. Wow, look at that one. Greet the darkness. Really interesting cards. I'm going to have to look through the book and really get to know these. So, listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. It feels like I'm getting an immediate connection with the essence of these cards. As I'm filming this, it isn't quite October yet. I know these are going to be released in Spooktober, but we're not quite there yet. So there's a lot of anticipation at the moment where it's like we're gearing up for spooky season. And I love October. I love this time of year when the veil thins. I absolutely love it, and I can kind of sense it. The last few days here at home, the weather has just clicked over, and it's just getting that chill, that bite in the air, which is like, okay, spooky season's here. But absolutely love this. This deck is going to be, I can see me using this a lot. Actually, it's going to take a lot of learning, I think it's got a lot to teach me, and it's going to be a lot to work out the meanings of the cards and to have a conversation with the cards. But I really do think it's going to be an interesting journey with these, and I can see me using these quite a bit. Just look at the imagery here. Behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. Ooh, look, potions and spells. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. Wise, wise, wise words. Know what you are calling on. Know that you intend to invoke or evoke before you do it. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you wish for. Absolutely. Oh, protection. I like that. 3 veiled women there. So yeah, this is going to be a whole new system for me to learn. There's death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. That's the rebirth card. Like that a lot. Reflection. Be wary of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad, and truths only spoken with a bleeding tongue. Ritual. Rooted. It's going to be really interesting to see what secrets these cards have in store for me. Seduction. Hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. Seduction. Silence. Oh, that's a little bit, I don't like spiders. That's a little bit of nightmare fuel right there. Look, right there. We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that one. Oh, okay. I do like this. I have not seen this deck in any, I haven't seen most of these cards before. This is a really, really, I keep saying it, but it's a really interesting deck. I really want to delve into the lore. And I do know there are different seasons ones for the Seasons of the Witch. There are different ones for the different Sabbats, I believe. I think this is probably the only one of these that I need, because purely and simply, I don't really want to get into a lot of Oracle stuff. I've got to read this one out. It says, grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. Absolutely wonderful, 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 wonderful deck. Just absolutely stunning artwork. Really, really beautiful deck. Right, so let's have a look at a little bit. I'm not going to read all of the details for every card, but maybe we'll just have a look at a few of them. I'll tell you what, let's go straight to the witch one, because that seemed really interesting, didn't it? It says, the keywords for the witch one is wisdom and alchemy. Grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly. Oh, we've just read that one. So it says, hello, beloved witch. You are the center of this card. Your energy, your strength, your wisdom. A witch taps into the healing powers of the earth and the wisdom of the powers that be, as well as the energy within us all. A witch can move energy to create any life of choice. A witch knows how to see signs in everything around her. A witch uses her potions and spells to give healing and hope, so all who seek her guidance, using her gifts for the good of all, to heal and nourish. When the witch appears, believe that you are wiser than you know, and the thousands of years of wisdom from the wise ancient ones are available to you now. If you are finding your path to magic, this card is confirmation that you should continue to explore your craft. If you are an experienced witch, know that it's time to dig even deeper, perhaps step up as a priestess and start your own coven. This message is even stronger if you have pulled the healer card. reversed. When the witch card is in reverse, know that you are more than capable of manifesting all that you desire, even if you have not had success with your spells in the past. Practice makes perfect, even in magic. A spell that didn't work doesn't mean you aren't powerful or on the wrong path. It could mean that you aren't ready for this spell at this time. You manifest what you are ready to receive. Consider working spells that require a smaller amount of effort, or working healing spells to clear out any baggage that may be keeping you from calling in the things you desire. Magic is alchemy, and the conditions need to be right to turn your spiritual lead into gold. Keep trying and you will succeed. Really interesting cards. Really interesting. I really cannot wait to get into this deck. I'm hoping that over the next few weeks, I'm going to try and work with these a little bit, as well as some of the other decks that I am going through at the moment and giving you some ideas for Spooktober. And I'm hoping that, yeah, I'm hoping you'll be able to see me doing these on my live reading. I tell you what, shall we have a little look-see? We've got a 4-card spread here. And it said, this spread is ideal for difficult times of change. Use this spread to gain some clarity about the future and understand the lessons behind your current hardships. Okay. So we're not going to do this for anything in particular, but I will pop that in there. I'm going to use this selenite wand just to hold that book open. And then we'll give these a quick shuffle. So first of all, let's talk about the cardstock. I mean, I love the embossing. The foil is absolutely gorgeous. The cardstock itself, sort of standard. It's quite decent look. It's decent thickness. They are very, very glossy. So then let's have a quick, and they are larger than some tarot cards. Not the largest cards, but you know, they are larger than some. Oh, now obviously they are straight out of the box. Very, very, very new. So they're going to take a little while to shuffle nicely, but let's see. Right. I wonder if I can embarrass myself yet again with an attempt at a riffle shuffle. Well, apart from dropping half of them, that wasn't too bad, was it, as a riffle shuffle goes? They are, I mean, they're slightly sort of bending, but I guess that's fine. It's weird having so few cards. I'm so used to the 78 cards with tarot that I'm kind of... No, they shuffle really nicely, though. Right, there we go. We'll call it there, and we'll do the... We're not going to ask any dragons to come in. I'm just going to do a random cut in half, and then we'll see what the cards say for this graveyard spread, because that's the one that caught my eye. So it says, the first card. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first card would be the what needs to be laid to rest in my life right now. And we've got the Underworld card. Okay, and it says, hand over your known, a shift is near, take a leap, your journey is clear. So let me just pop the cards. I'm running out of space on my desk for these. Right, so we'll put that one there. And that's the what needs to be laid to rest. So that's the first card. And then if we go to... Oh, I see. Yes, they are absolutely in numerical order, alphabetical order. And it says here, in magic, the underworld is a place of transition between one life and the next, a place where you can retreat to replenish your soul and learn the details of your next human experience assignment. That doesn't mean you won't find judgment when you cross the veil. It is often said that how you live one life will determine your abundance in the next. Those who go through life with loving, kind hearts will find prosperity and great love in the next. Those who were cruel will find themselves in a life of hardship and trauma as a way to atone for their unkindness. Okay. The message for this card is about transitions. It's about moving out of the old and into a new way of living. We've been clearing out baggage for a long time because it takes a long time to clear out ways of doing things and thinking that make up our very ways of life. But it's time to step through the threshold into something new and different. This can be scary because it means something has had to die so that your new life may begin. You are more than prepared to handle this new path, or it wouldn't have been given to you. Embrace this change. And that's what needs to be laid to rest. Stop changing, stop doing things right now, maybe stop, forever looking for the new, maybe sort of be content with where you are. The second card, All Hallows Eve. So that would be, how can I be okay with letting this go? Okay, so we'll flip to the All Hallows Eve card. If you have pulled All Hallows Eve, you are being called to summon your inner magic. The spiritual realm is smiling on you and is waiting to be made use of. Some additional ways to use this energy is to create a Samhain ritual that stays throughout the year, or working with one of the correspondences of Samhain. Additionally, you might try working with more profound, darker energies such as crone energy, or a dark goddess such as Hecate or Morrigan. Calling on a deity regularly will help you develop the ability to summon power at will. And this is in the how can I be okay with letting this go? So basically it's saying that if this was a reading for someone, to stop constantly looking for change, you let it go by delving into that deeper leveled understanding. So without going on the surface level, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. So interesting. So I would take from that, go more profound. And then we'll pull a random card. So we've got Pumpkin, which is in the third position, which would be, what lessons did I learn from this situation? So the Pumpkin card. Oh, I've got a recipe for spiced pumpkin cake. That sounds interesting. Here we go. Pumpkin. You have pulled Pumpkin today because you are protected and safe from harm. There is a presence around you, keeping the scary things away from your front door. You can rest easy knowing your back is guarded. This card can also mean taking some steps to keep negative people out of your life. You may need to reduce the amount of time you spend in some relationships or set firm boundaries. Doing so will allow you to put your energy where it is needed most. So for me, that would say that, again, if this was an actual reading, consistently wanting to change is the thing that maybe is what we need to let go of. Maybe get some stability before you're constantly looking for the next thing. The All Hallows Eve card is talking about going deeper, having a deeper resonance, a deeper understanding, connecting with those darker forces, those stronger forces, but doing so in a very collaborative way. And that what you're going to learn from that is that you've got protection here. You've got your back. Like, the universe isn't going to leave you dangling if you follow down this path. So again, interesting. And then let's take one more card, which is the Owl card. Okay. So it says, Owl has called because you are one of the great keepers of wisdom. Even if you don't know it yet, you have knowledge and experience that others need. You have something to share with the world, a voice that must be heard and healing that must be shared. This is a natural path for you. And as the saying goes, when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. So it was interesting that I said earlier that I wasn't doing this with a particular question in mind or a particular idea in mind for myself, but this totally and utterly resonates with me at the moment. Totally resonates with me. It's freaky how the minute I come in and sit at this desk or start connecting with some of the cards, that things like this happen. So yes, this Underworld card talking about a series of change, wanting to maybe always look for the new thing, what's going to make a big difference, where can I go next. This is something I struggle with my ADHD. I really do struggle a lot with that, and I have to learn to let things go. And how can I be okay with letting things go is by basically going deeper with my learning and my continuing growth in the areas that I have interest in already, if that makes sense, rather than trying to pick up a whole new form of study or trying to pick up a whole new hobby. Instead of that, kind of just go deeper with what you're doing already, which is something I've been trying to do certainly for the last year or so, and certainly the more I get dedicated to this channel. So I can totally take this as well. And the lessons that's going to teach me is that when I do work with the darker energies, with the liminal energies specifically, I am protected. I'm not going to be thrust out and cast out in amongst lots of negative energy swirling around. Just because something is dark doesn't mean it's negative. And that's something I've needed reminding of recently, especially as we get closer to spooky season and that veil is thinning. There's a few things that I want to progress down, and there's a few things that have been stopping me. So interesting that I can take all these 3 cards, and then the owl card is talking about, look, if I just go with this, then I can sort of transition into a more of a healer teacher role, which is something I've been looking at doing sort of on the back burner anyway. So this kind of completely reaffirms what my goals are for the next coming years. And this wasn't supposed to be a reading for me. This wasn't supposed to be something that was going to be incredibly deep and meaningful. This was just me like grabbing one of the spreads at random. This I flicked through multiple times, and I kept grabbing my eye, the graveyard spread. And yeah, pull out 4 cards at random, and they absolutely speak to me and, you know, give me a message that I probably do need to hear. So there you go. Right then, let's swap the camera back. It never ceases to amaze me that sometimes I can just try and grab some cards to do an example reading or an example that is no way intended to be deep and meaningful for me, and yet the universe has ulterior motives in me doing so. And that's literally what you've just seen happen. And it's really interesting that that's a lesson I can 100% take. So what do I think about this deck? Obviously, you've just seen it pull a really intuitive reading, and something which, even though I had to flick back to the book, I can totally take, and it totally answers some questions that are in the back of my head, which I didn't even intend on asking. So from that perspective, I think it's been really interesting just flicking through these and just doing this today. But I've got to say also, I love the artwork. I love the style. I love the fact there's little poems on each card, not that they are, you know, it doesn't just say a keyword. So I really like that. I can see me eventually getting a lot of use out of this deck. I am going to try to get proficient enough with these that I can use them on my channel on some of the readings during October, maybe towards the end of the month, because it does feel like this is a very different system that I am going to have to learn and be off book on. But anyway, those are my thoughts and feelings. I think $16.99 is an amazing price for these, actually. Very nice quality. I love the fact that this sort of almost blood red goes through the deck. I love the minimal color schemes used. I love the aesthetic, and I can see me getting, as I say, quite a bit of use out of these. For Spooktober, I'm going through some of my decks that are most suitable for spooky season. So if you want to see that playlist, it should be coming up just there, along with all my other tarot card reviews that I've got on the channel so far. And YouTube's going to be recommending you some of my videos just there that it thinks that you might be interested in watching. But that is going to be it for me. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.